Speak No Evil is a horror film. I went into this movie 100% blind. I only knew that it existed. I knew it was on that Rotten Tomatoes list of best horror movies of 2022. Has a healthy 85 on Rotten Tomatoes. I just knew that it existed. It's on Shudder. I rented this from the video store, and someone from my work said it was okay. So this movie is about Bjorn and Louise. They are a Danish couple with a young child named Agnes, and they are on vacation in Italy, enjoying the food, the wine, the culture, and they meet an interesting Dutch couple named Kristen and Patrick and their son Abel, and they hit it off, and several weeks later they're invited to their villa for some good food, good time. You know, they seem to hit it off in Italy. So after 8 hours of driving, they end up in the middle of nowhere and are received by the Dutch couple. However, as the day goes throughout and then the night, there's some weird social niceties that are ignored that make Louise uncomfortable, but Bjorn doesn't say anything. So this movie is a social satire where things sort of escalate slowly. If you were to watch this movie like I did, not knowing anything, nothing really happens for the first like 30 minutes because it's just like people vacationing and meeting people. You'd think this is a food movie. But as the weird social quibbles sort of escalate, we get uncomfortable a little bit more and more. You're not really sure if it's something you should ignore because, you know, it's a different culture, because it's like a Dutch couple and a Danish couple, or is it just the way they do things? So you're not really sure. It's got this kind of unnerving sort of tension that it was really wonderful, solid production design and acting. However, I really just didn't like this film at all. It just didn't sit well with me. You know, I think it had to do with some major coincidences that happen in the film for no reason and make it keep going. You know, it's like one of those things where you could have a character drop their cell phone into a muddy puddle, and then, you know, it just dies, and then that would be enough to be like, oh no, I don't have a cell phone, but then someone else has a cell phone. This doesn't happen in the movie. This is just an analogy, but I'm just saying, you know, if you're having trouble having a plot happen because of, you know, inconveniences, you can't have that many. It just ends up not feeling real, you know. So like a lot of things happen in this movie that just don't really make sense to make it keep going. You know, the movie could have ended like 3 or 4 times, but it doesn't. And you know, it's a little aggravating, and you know, the movie does have a crazy reveal, but honestly some of the stuff just feels a little bit lazy in terms of writing. It just happens, you know, and the coincidences in the writing just bothered me a lot. You know, I understand it's a social satire, it's got some creepy moments, and I just felt like you know, the movie just sort of felt like didn't have much of a point really, even though, you know, it is creepy and everything, but I just didn't really get it, you know, and it's okay. I mean, it has some nice stuff going on, like the landscapes and the setting and the acting and some interesting moments, but overall I didn't vibe with this film. So I give Speak No Evil a 3 out of 10.